Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a sneak peek for the 2026 year coming up. It's a tarot oracle reading, and Gemini, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your, whoops, I have the wrong deck here. If your sun sign is not Gemini, we still all have a little bit of Gemini in us. So if you do have your birth chart, where does that show up on your birth chart? That's where this energy will show up for you. This is a general reading, so be aware that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. I already did shuffle and wash the cards, and now I'm just giving them another cut, and we will begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. And we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is coming in, and the Hierophant is, it shows structure, traditional structure, and the Hierophant would be someone that is an authority figure that has to do with the traditional structure, both on the spiritual realm, like in the religious realm, and on the government, someone who has authority. It could be a CEO, that kind of energy, but he has a blessing. That's what his right hand is indicating, that he has a blessing. And these people here are two monks that are listening to his instructions. So these could also represent, like if he's a leader of a business or the leader of a country, some sort of energy of the people that work for him, or, that he's in charge of. And we have Victory, Gemini. So that's a good card. This is the Six of Wands coming in. And this card says that you have been victorious in it could be a battle. This laurel on here represents an old sport from the ancient times, and so it could be about a sporting event or something like that. Something that you became, you were the winner. And this energy talks about your being victorious because you're able to rein in your emotions. That's what this, reining the horse in represents. And now you have people in the background that would be willing to have you as their leader or to follow you. So this could be, it doesn't have to be sports or business. It could be, but it could be like, maybe you're an influencer and people want to follow you on social media, or that kind of energy. So being victorious about in some physical traditional way. And I'm building a clock here, so this represents the energy in January. So that's a really good way to start the year off, is to be the clear winner of something. And then we have this energy coming in of patience. So temperance is about having devotion to your path. I feel like this could be a possibility maybe of the energy of moving from one stage of your education to another. So because the Gemini energy is kindergarten energy, like it's the third sign, and it's kind of when you're old enough to start learning from outside, like in a school setting. And so it's talking about pouring into your education. So this could indicate that you maybe have finished your high school, or you're finishing your university, finishing, some sort of apprenticeship, and that you, out of a pool of a lot of people, you came out the clear leader. And the temperance is the reason why you have, this could be like you wrote an exam and you were the top person, the valedictorian, energy. So this energy is, temperance is an energy of patience, and it's actually in the sign of Sagittarius that this represents. And Sagittarius are not known for being patient, really. They're more about action. So this is saying it's required for you to actually be, be very devoted to your path, to apply yourself, if it was to your studies or to your career choice, or if it's a sport, you were in sports or whatever, that, you've made the team because you are, you poured your energy into it. And this is also talking about a balance of masculine and feminine energy, of your intellectual ability and your intuitive ability, and staying on your path here. And she's got one foot in the emotional waters, and then she's got one foot grounded on land. And so this is saying that, you know, you've had to have patience. There's been ups and downs in the energy, but I feel like this reward of this victory is because you have stayed on your path. And then we have, yes, you're planting seeds for the future, basically. And so this could be past, present, future energy. So you've planted seeds, you're planting them now, or you will soon be in this energy and planting seeds for your future. And this is talking about the give and the take of life. And the pentacles do represent coin. They represent health, wealth, and happiness. So it's abundance in all ways, like in the physical. And it's talking about I feel like the traditional structure, you know, of what you have to do to be successful, to have a successful career, or to have the ability to be able to be a captain of a team, or, you know, it requires a lot of dedication, and it also requires a lot of patience, because sometimes the process can take years. And so I feel like this is talking about your ability to give and take your energy as you needed it to get through this process. And this is indicated that, you know, there's fairness. This traditional structure represents fairness. And the world isn't really a fair place. The world isn't fair, but you can be. And the Hierophant is an authority figure whose job it is to make things fair, to give blessings to people who deserve them. And that's what this is indicating. I feel like you're receiving this blessing because you have put the time and energy in, and you deserve, and you're at the top of your game and you deserve it. Although it looks like beggars, it's kind of more talking about, I feel like, the Hierophant meting out judgment, because I feel like this is representing the traditional structure. And the Hierophant would be like the person that makes the decisions about who gets the scholarships, etc. And this is talking about justice. And this person is not receiving the coins because they didn't follow the rules or whatever. And maybe that's, you know, so it's about like, they could have even followed the rules and everything, but they just weren't as good at doing what you're doing, you know, at doing what they were doing as good as you were at it. And so the person that is the most productive or has the highest marks, etc., that's the energy that it goes to. And we have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is well, it sort of speaks for itself. There's 10 swords in this person's back, and they're laying flat on the ground. But the energy is they're looking into the future. And this is interesting because their hand here is in the blessing. I feel that there might have been some sort of foul play, like maybe someone cheated on an exam, because they've got something in their pocket here. Maybe that's, you know, cheat notes, something like that. But so this may be like this, maybe you didn't get the opportunity, and then they looked into it and they realized that you did. And on this card represents the end of a cycle. So we have January here, where you clearly were the winner. Then we have having to wait, you know, in February, and then in March, that finally the decision was made in your favor. I feel like it was, the blessing is for you, but it was regarding something that happened that was unfair, whatever that may be. And this then is a blessing in disguise, because this is the end of this cycle. And now we're moving into a new way, and now you're on the path of the blessing. Yeah, the wands that you launched, all the actions that you took are now being launched from here. this way towards your future. So January, February, March, April, and this is May. So that energy is, you know, you're in this place right now where the wands now are launched and the action, like this decision has been made and you've received the blessing. So now you can carry forward with what you should have had, like what you earned here, because this is like, this is the 6 and now this is the 8. So you've actually, the blessing in disguise is that you actually are known better. You've been given more opportunities because of this, because when they looked into it, they found out that you were the clear leader. That's what I'm getting. So this is kind of saying that, you know, shift happens and sometimes it works out in the end that it's in your favor. Ending the nightmare. So I'm getting this was really challenging for someone here. And this energy is Gemini energy here. This is like coming in around June, the end of May, beginning of June. And so isn't that when people graduate from school or whatever? So someone might have been cheating on exams or something. This could have been for a scholarship. This could be like, because I keep getting sports. So it could be that you're finishing your education or it could, that you're finishing your education and then, you know, you write the exams and other people were cheating and they got higher marks than you, but then it was looked into and now the nightmare is over and you're being given the prize that you should have been awarded in the beginning. And this could be like starting like at that level. And then this could be like office politics. This could be political, you know, energy. It could be, you know, very big and all the way down. This could be something that happened within your family. It could be many things, but I feel like whatever, the Hierophant does their best to make things fair. And so this is the energy coming in, is making this situation fair. And now the nightmare is over for you because this decision has been made and it's been launched. So, and it feels like this was going on for like, it's half the year. So if you're in that if you were in that position maybe in 2025 back then, now you're working your way towards 2026. If this is happening at the beginning of 2026, then recognize that, you know, it's going to work out in the end and just keep, life isn't fair, but you can be, and stay devoted to your path. Do things in the correct way and it's going to work out. It's going to launch your success actually. And then we have, there we go. I'm so happy for you, Gemini. You really deserve this reward. And it was kind of taken from you in a sneaky way, or it could have even just been energy of like the system didn't work, or it could be many things, but it required someone that's in charge to right a wrong and make sure that you did get this energy. And I feel like this is the launching of, like, we don't have any cups of love or anything here. So I feel like this is like launching a new career, a new position in the company, a new location that you were moving to. Like, it's very, this is the happiest card in the deck. And this one is in the position of moving into the summer months. And, really having the sunflowers there, following the sun. And this is something that you were destined for. So because you stayed on your path and you did things in the right way, it could have been like a whole class that was found out that a whole class cheated and you were the only one that didn't, kind of energy. So there went your competition, boom, because they were thrown out, that kind of energy. It could be that something may have happened where if it's a sporting event and you had an injury and then it healed and you were, you ended up getting the position because you came back from it really quickly. But whatever it is, whatever this energy is, I feel like by early summer, you're going to have like some resolution on it. And then the King of Cups. is coming in. And the King of Cups is someone, like I was just saying, there's no cups here, but here's the King of Cups now. And the King of Cups is sitting on these like this water that's rough. And this is like emotional, but he's not emotional. He's, really sitting there just cool and collected. And he's ready to take action when the time is right. And this is kind of saying, don't get caught up too much in the emotions. Follow your path, follow the sun to your path. And this is in your divine, this is meant for you. This is what you are destined to have. And this energy could reflect, this could even reflect you. This could be a very high position. It doesn't have to be something in school or whatever, but you could already be a professional sports person. And now you're being, like it could be like you're going to the Olympics and you win the gold medal kind of energy. Could be something like that. There could have been, some sort of timing issue or whatever. And then they find out, no, you were the clear winner, that kind of energy. I'm getting, it also could very easily be, because there's pentacles here also, that it could be about your career. It could be, it doesn't feel like it's about love so much as more like it's about something that you love to do or love to be kind of energy. And then there we have it. Yay. Health, wealth, and happiness raining down upon you. This is abundance. This is having the lifestyle. This is having the dream that you worked so hard for. And so this energy is, we've got June, July, August. This is like September-ish. And this energy is talking about living where you want to live, in the community you want to, having time to be able to visit and, stop and visit and talk to your neighbors, having the time and energy that to have a family. You have pets, like that kind of energy, and a lot of abundance. So whatever, this could be also like you made the team and now your team won because you're a clear leader. It's happy anyway. I'm happy for you, Gemini. And then, yes, we have the Ace of Pentacles coming in. So this gift, it's saying, again, this is moving into October. And so this is saying, like, this energy is would be kind of like typical Libra energy. And Libra energy is when you're mature enough to get married and have a family and that. And now this is saying you would also... the universe is handing you this gift of pure happiness. All of these pentacles are coming in so that you can have whatever it is that you want. And so if you have been holding off on getting married or even looking into dating and that because you've been so busy with this, that you're going to have time now to be able to do that. This is a reward for following your North Star. And you notice, like, there's the path here and there's the path here. And so this is saying you've been on your path, you've stayed true to yourself, and now you're recognized as a leader for sure, and other people admire you. And look at this, then we have the Nine of Pentacles coming in. So the Ten of Pentacles is like the abundance of the lifestyle and that. But here, this one is saying that the 369 that Nikola Tesla talks about, that if you understood the beauty of the 369, that you would have the key to the universe. There's 3 coins in the bush and there's 6 coins that she has her hand on. And I feel like they represent these seeds that were planted back when you stayed in, devoted to your path. And this energy is talking about back then, maybe you didn't have the resources to be able to, because these are 2 beggars, right? You didn't have the resources to be able to do things in the exact way that you wanted because you really needed to hang on to these 6 pentacles. But this is saying, because you stayed true to yourself, that these 6 pentacles now, you have that wisdom of how much to keep. Like this is on her hand. This is representing, this is what you need to keep. And this is what you can give away. And this doesn't just represent money. This represents your energy, your time. Like you have learned that lesson. And That's why that lesson, I feel like you were provided that lesson earlier in your career or in your life, so that you would, when you became this successful, you would understand what it's like to feel like this, and to be understanding how that happened, so that you aren't going to let it happen again, right? And that's why now it was a lesson well learned, I'm getting. Yeah. And this energy is talking about, I feel like this energy is talking about the year, like it could have been like in 2025 that this happened, and how there is really no beginning or end, that now this won't happen to you again, because it's not this or that. You're not blind. You understand. This is having a closed mind and not knowing what to do. And this is also like her feet are both like facing outward. And this is talking about leaking energy. Perhaps you've learned now to be a true leader, that you need to not leak your energy. You need to know exactly how much you need to keep for yourself. Otherwise, you can't feed others with an empty cup, right? So that's the energy. And it's talking about like, this is the new year again. So I feel like this energy could represent 2025 moving into 2026, or this could be happening in 2026. And by the following year, now it's saying that this lesson that you've learned is going to keep you moving a momentum. Like it's going to cause momentum for you, because you won't make this mistake again. You learned it. And now you're always going to have that with you. And it is, I really feel like it was a really, really good lesson in life to learn, that, if you stay on your path, you don't have to resort to stabbing other people in the back to get what you want, sort of energy. Let's clarify this. I hope you're enjoying this energy, Gemini. I am. I'm very happy for you. That's really good energy. If you do, please like and comment, as it really does empower me to build my channel. I'm going to clarify with my oracle cards. So this is Tales from the Vector. And I started it in 2007, and I completed all 64 paintings in 2020. And that energy, I am just shuffling here because I want to, these cards have a habit of jumping out. So I want to tune into this energy and see, okay, what's this about? And I have the numbers of the cards written on or the numbers of the paintings written on these cards. Whoa, here we go. There we go. All right. So the numbers are written on the cards here, and I'll have them in the description box below in the order that they appear on my website, which is talesfromthevector.com, TAILS, fromthevector.com. I'm just gathering the information. I'm about to bring this deck into being in the next, probably in this in 2026 is my plan for sure, but I want to work with the energy and make sure that I have the information correct for the book that goes with it. And so the card that wanted to come out, there's two, and the first one was Shooting Star. So this energy is talking about something that you always wished for from when you were little, and you maybe even prayed to God, like saying, I want to be this when I grow up, kind of energy. And because of your good attitude, you made it. And God is saying that congratulations. Like the universe is saying congratulations. We love to see this. And then the Wheel of Fortune. And so the Wheel of Fortune is synchronicities. And so that it's speaking about that. Sometimes what we think is really, really horrible, and I'm getting this was not fun. This part of your journey was not fun. Having said that, it was a blessing in disguise, because now, like if you didn't learn this lesson back then you might make that mistake up here when you're at this part of your life, and you won't. So you're going to be able to have a much happier life, because you're not blind to that, to this energy. And this is destiny for you. You're well loved by the universe. Everybody is, but you have stayed on your path, and that's why you've been rewarded. This is reward for following your North Star, like your true path. And then we have Okay, so this is attachment is a karmic space. So there was some energy there. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. So there was some energy there where other people were very attached to being the leader. And perhaps you were also, because when we become very attached to something, that's when usually all this other kind of energy comes in. So this is saying that, when we become attached to something, this is a karmic space we can fall into. We can get attached to something, and then that's when, or others can get attached to what belongs to us, and they want to take it. And this energy is like the beginning of the year, right? So it's January energy. This is really about ambition and moving forward. A lot of people set goals and intentions, at the beginning of the new year. And so this is, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine energy. And the way that you thought it was going to turn out isn't the way, like it turned out the way it was supposed to turn out, but the journey there was not how you expected it to be, basically. And you, even though you were probably attached to not having to go through this, when you had done the work properly, it's showing that, because you did that, because you kept a good attitude, that's why you have all this, that's why you've been favored with all this abundance. People are looking up to you as an example of how to do it. That's real compliment. So this is staying on your path and surrendering to God. What they say some things are too, God never gives you more than you can handle. So this is about some things are like they're not within your control, and needing to understand that. And I feel like because there's some karma here. It's kind of an energy of. I feel like this is attachment is the mother of all other karmic spaces, because when we become attached to a person, a place, or a thing, that's when we start, bending our values a little bit so we can keep it. And it might not even be the best thing for us. And then pride also comes in. So I'm getting that you had to surrender your attachment to how you thought your life was going to go, and have faith. Maybe you didn't have faith in yourself, but you trusted in God's plan, and you just knew deep inside of you that this is, what you deserve, and that if you keep going and you work at it, you'll get it. So I'm getting you probably had to put your pride aside, and you were kind of in this position where you were taking crumbs instead of what you should have got, what you had earned, and then the injustice was corrected. And then you were able to move forward in the way that you should, but it wasn't fun. And it's interesting, we've got persuasion, and then we have perception. So, this is about, like the cat's purr is like very healing, and it resonates at a very high vibration. And that's kind of the energy that's coming in when you stay on your divine mission, following your purpose and your North Star, that you're in this higher vibration. So even though this has happened, if you don't panic, this is a blessing in disguise, because it worked out better for you in the end. And then we have Aquarius energy. And so this is about moving into this new age of Aquarius in 2020. We moved from Pisces to Aquarius, and we're all still kind of dealing with that kind of energy of the new. And now we're moving in from a 9, and this is the 9 here, and this is in November. So that's why I feel like for some of you here, this is talking about last year this happened, and now you're moving into this energy where this has happened, and now it's being corrected, or it's about to be. Or this this already has happened, and this is the 9 year, the end. But I feel like because 2025 is 2 + 2 + 5 is 9. That's a 9 cycle. That energy from that cycle of 9 years is over, and we're moving into now the 10 year, a new beginning, a 1. So everything is more new. And I feel like this is kind of representing that now. We've been, moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius is it's thousands of years or at least hundreds of, I think I can't remember exactly. It's a long time, and it's not a quick exchange of energy. So a lot of us are now dealing with a lot more new ways of doing things because of the AI, and that's the Aquarius energy is very experimental and technical in that. So maybe there was a technical issue or something. Maybe you were running a race and the equipment said that you ran it, like you came in second when you came in first or something like that. Or it could have been like marks got mixed up, or it could be a lot of different things. But in any case, the Hierophant came in and cleared that energy for you. And that's what it's talking about, is new. That's kind of when this energy, and your mother was worried about you. Mother's like, and the thing is about when we get into like mother's worry, that is like if a mother doesn't see a brilliant future for their child, then who is going to? And so it's kind of like mothers are taught to worry, and then they teach us to worry. And then, the very thing we were worrying about is never the real thing that we needed to worry about if we were going to worry. And you may have noticed when you're in this energy, you can worry all you want. It's not going to do you any good. But this is saying the worry is over, and even your mother can rest easy now. And then we have the Hierophant here. So again, and that's on the sun. So this is saying that what God means for you will always get to you. It can be delayed, but sometimes that delay is for your benefit. Maybe you need to learn a few more lessons so that you are able to hang on to your success. And then we have, like, because you were able to keep your emotions in check and continue on your path as if, like you're going to receive what you're supposed to receive. You're in the star energy now, and that's about, you were innocent in it. You didn't have, you didn't do any wrong. There was no wrongdoing on your part, and the truth came out, and the truth will set you free. And you were meant to be a star. So like if this is like something like where you're the captain of your team now, you're the valedictorian because your marks were actually higher than what what it said. That kind of energy. You had done the work, and someone else in your company, and someone else took credit for it. And now it's been found that it was actually you. That kind of energy. So you are on a foolhardy journey. Like, you're not being foolish. You can look forward to anticipating the future because of this energy working out the way it did. You're on your divine path. Expect abundance. Let go of this worry is what it's saying. Like, this was just a small look at on this scale here. It's really just a small area where, like, and I'm getting it was challenging though. Like, this is no laughing matter, the 9 and 10 of swords. It was hard. And then, oh, look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. So you see, someone, when the Devil card comes in, that's temptation. So somebody wanted what was yours, and maybe they played with numbers or something like that. So the Devil energy is about temptation. And, temptation. And it's interesting because the Devil, 1 + 5 = 6. And here, look at the energy. Giving the coin to the wrong person, possibly, right? Giving, like, the opportunity to the wrong person because of an error. Interesting, because we've got the Hierophant here again. And this is saying it might have slowed it down. But what was meant for you by God you will get it. So what I feel like God covered you with this pentacle, and the Devil never does their own dirty work, because the Devil is temptation. It's not a person. So they have to send a minion. They have to find someone who's willing to do this, to be able to take from someone else what isn't theirs because they want it so badly. And we have a trauma queen coming in. So the trauma queen, is all about drama and some people enjoy drama. And like a lot of times we don't realize that some people who are raised with drama tend to invite drama into their lives. And I don't get that. Like it could be saying that there was some part of you that was that way. But this is talking about sending someone in that caused a bunch of drama that was, causing, it was meant to stop you, but all it did was slow you down, or slow down the information coming in that you were the clear winner. And the beauty of this is now it's very evident that you are the clear winner. And I'm noticing the number on this here too. Look at 1 + 5 = 6, and 6 + 3 = 9. Because of it, God is making sure that you receive even more from the universe. And this is Gemini energy. There you are, showing up for yourself, a lesson well learned. You use your creative solutions and your logic now. You know it's not this or that. You have faith in going inward. You know you can have faith in yourself. Really good energy. Yeah, and then this energy here as a transition. So this changed, all of this happening has changed you to be able to handle being a leader better. And this energy will just keep, now, like when the next opportunity comes like this won't happen. You won't entertain it. You'll be really wise to this energy. And you're meant to have a really fulfilling life. And so this transition is talking about, I feel like, the end of 2025, moving into this energy of 2026. Or if this happens to you in 2026, that remember, if something like this comes up, that you are what God means for you. That people can't take that from you. Some people think that they can take your destiny. It's not possible. They might think they can, but they can't. I really enjoyed this reading for you, Gemini. This is really, really good energy, and it kind of shows like the twin energy, like the spectrum, the extremes, and then the in-between. And I hope you also have liked it. Like, comment, and share if you have, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of my channel. I will have another reading for you by the end of the month. Bye for now.